but hopefully it won't happen again. It seems to be whenever I leave a video, my game crashes, so I'll need to have a look at that. But there we go. Here we are for race number 2. And before I get started with the grid, I'm just going to quickly share this so everyone knows that I'm still alive and whatnot. Because, yeah, that is not ideal in the slightest. And I'm sure that all will be well and good in a second. Yeah, I'm sure. Right, let's copy that. Post it to the comments of this one. And then I'll get Mark to edit the thumbnails, because it's going to be 2 separate races, and I guess I'll do that for the remainder of the races as well. Okay, so I've posted that. All is good in the hood. Let's go through the grid then. And we've got KB on pole position here. Alongside him on the front row is Stu Shelton. Then we got West there in P3 with MVP Pants in P4. Then we got LS Deno in P5 with Fat Pickles Bro P6. Farony P7, Brian P8, and Pilo rounds off the grid in P9. Now, I just want to double check, because I can't quite remember how the grid is settled for this. Let me have a look. Oh, this was also a qualifying. Right, okay. Never mind. Right, yes. So, for this feature race, before we go into it, Racing Soft has to be used at the start and the finish of the race, and the racing mediums must be used for at least 3 laps. So, I'm not going to bother with tyre wear as much, and this is a 20-minute race. So if you look on the bottom left corner, I don't know why I'm pointing, you guys can't see that, that is where the timer will be. Right, let's get ready for race number 2. Okay, so ending those rides here at Dragon Tail Gardens for race number 2, the feature race. Friday lights go out and we're racing, and Stu Shelton looked like he had a bit of a stutter there, and Weston looks like he's got the better of him off the line, but no, Stu Shelton's managed to get in the slipstream here, and Weston's just going to try and swing around the outside, but being out the slipstream has made him get mugged down this straight. MVKB leading the way here ahead of Stu Shelton. Amazing qualifier from him, I've got to say. West trying to hang around the outside there through the chicanes. Careful on the curves. Oh, there's contact between him and MBB Denver. There was also someone going sideways. That was Fat Pickles Bro. Brian is coming alongside him here, and Frowny's looking to try and challenge as well, as Pilo's out on the back of these guys. 3 wide into this hairpin. We've also got side by side, which is LS Deno and West. Brian gets the better of them, wins, but then goes out wide. Fat Pickles both trying to challenge, but is also being challenged here by Frowny as we now head into the S's. Still not in order here, but Pilo, what a move from Pilo, what an opportunistic move from Pilo, as Frowny went side by side with Fat Pickles Bro. He saw the opportunity, wide goes Brian, just about holds onto the car, but he's lost the pace to Fat Pickles Bro and Pilo. We'll now have dirty tyres. Let's go up the grid, because MVKB has broken away here. He's got a gap here, and MVK Pants is trying to challenge Stu Shelton. We've got MVKB and West still going at it. Sorry, LS Deno still going at it. MVP Pants trying to go around the outside of Stu Shelton. It's all kicking off here at the feature race. Stu Shelton is under an awful lot of pressure here from MVP Vance as we now go on board here with MVP Vance looking towards the inside. KB is absolutely clearing off in the distance, side by side through turn 1. Equal Vance on the inside. He gives him the room on the exit. And West is dropped back a little bit, but down the inside into the chicane. Equipaz into second place. As they go through the chicanes, MVP Deno being very careful of the curve, but Stu Shelton is challenging back on MVP Pants. Stu Shelton to the inside. Can he challenge on the brakes into the hairpin? I think he can. Yes, he can. He matches MVP Pants on the brakes and takes second place back. And Vance drives. Ellis Deno was a little bit wide there with West there in fifth. Fatbrooks in sixth. Side by side is Brian and Pilo. Pilo gets the best of Brian through the S's. Frowney in seventh, so Frowney got past Pilo somewhere, and unfortunately Brian dropped down a little bit. Fat Pickles Bro now trying to close up to West. West trying to close. That was wide there from MVP Deno, and he's going to be under pressure. That was also wide from Fat Pickles Bro, but West is trying to challenge here. Ellis Deno into the double left-hander off the final corner. Can he get alongside in the braking zone? Not quite, can he? Oh, he's trying to go around the outside. He's put a wheel though off the circuit, which is just making him drift a little bit wide, which may put him susceptible for an overtake. But in the background there, we've got Pilo very, very close to Frowney as we head into turn one. Where's he going to go? He's not going to go anywhere. And West didn't go for a move on LS Deno as well. I'm going to have to sit down here. But old Pilo looking towards the inside. But now Brian might be able to challenge round the outside into the chicane. Out on the outside of the third spot. Inside for the second part. Brian is up into P8. What a move there from Brian as he's moved up a place. Fat Pickles Bro is trying to challenge West into the hairpin. Will he go for the inside line? Doesn't go for it this time around. MVP Pants is still behind Stu Shelton here. KB has gone. He has decided just to leave the field and just have his own race at the front. Like he decided that he liked the track so much, but when there was no one around him, he thought he'd do it again. I mean, come on, KB, give everyone else a chance. Everyone else is battling for their lives. And he's like, well, I just want to drive on my own. But MVP Deno is starting to make a bit of a breakaway here from West. As West is now having to defend here from Fat Pickles Bros. And we also go down the field. Frowney has got Pilo. Brian's dropped back a lot. So something must have happened to Brian, which is a shame. Because he was looking right in the thick of it. As they go through the double left-hander. West has got... What happened to Deno? Deno is in. What happened to him, though? Under brakes. Through the first left. Okay, broke too late. Got too wide. And has decided, right, that's it. I'm in the pits. So into the pits he goes. From his soft tyres, we'll go to the mediums. And then for 3 laps. And then we'll go to the end. So a little bit of strategy to go here, and you don't quite know where everyone is until everyone's done their pit stops, and it's just a little bit of extra things to think about. I mean, the tyre wear isn't massive around in these cars, in the settings that we've got at the moment, but West, he's closing on MVP Pants. Now, also we've got to give credit to Stu Shelton. He's mixing it with some previous champions from the BGWT. Obviously, the BGWT, as I was saying earlier, that is a championship that is... Well, we're going into our 15th season, and we've had 5 champions in the past. KB's one of them. West is another. As MVP Pants goes slightly wide, MVP Pants hasn't won a championship as of yet. He is one of the pro drivers in the championship, and but he has won races in the past. Another driver who's won races in the past, who is a driver in 5th spot, which is Fat Pickles Bro. That was wide there from MVP Pants, and he now might be susceptible from an overtake here from West. Does West decide to pit? No, he doesn't. Now, this is an interesting one, whether you pit or not. Do you pit and get yourself clear of battling? As now Pilo decides he's had enough of his soft tyres and pulls into pit. So too does Brian. Now, yeah, this is an interesting one, because do you decide to pit to get on your own, start popping in your own laps, or do you decide, as that was a bit iffy there from West over the curb, do you decide to be like, right, I want to stay around people, I want to make sure I stay around people to get that slipstream, get that extra lap time? Because it's a bit, if you do stay out around people, you might gain time up from slipstream, but as soon as you start battling, then you start to lose time, because obviously it's all about, in these races, your total race time. It's not been a great couple of S's here from West here, as they actually look like they might be slightly trying to edge in, starting to edge in Stu Shelton, who we can see in the distance here. And West is missing quite a few. Hold on, that's wide there from Stu Shelton through the quadruple right-hander. And he's now going to be under pressure here from MVP Pants. And this is the battling I was talking about. If you start... Oh, he tries to squeeze him into the wall, does Stu Shelton. But MVP Pants has none of it and goes through. And West is trying to challenge as well as they come through the double left-hander. West is looking towards the inside of Stu Shelton. Can he get through? They're still side by side as Fat Pickles Bro now decides to pit. But now Stu Shelton's got the slipstream of MVP Pants, so we'll pull ahead of West. And West will have to try and outbrake him into turn one. But Stu Shelton then looks towards the inside of Equal Pants, but it's his own undoing, because now he drops the position to West. So MVP Pants is up to second, West is up to third with one sweepy mistake there from Stu Shelton. He has dropped 2 places as they now come through the chicane for the 6th time of asking. 9 minutes in here at Dragon's Trail Garden. We've got 11 minutes left to go. And Stu Shelton holds 4th spot, but West is now trying to challenge MVP Pants, and that was too much from the early apex there from MVP Pants. But a bump draft from West out the corner means that he does not want to challenge through this S section, which is probably quite intelligent, because you lose so much time. And if these two have a chance, that is wide there from MVP Pants, and that is through West into P2. The other thing you've got to think though in this situation, where is Ellis Deno in all of this? Because obviously these guys have started battling. West is just, Ellis Deno is just doing his own thing here. Has he pitted for his soft tyres yet? I'm not quite sure if he has yet, as obviously Wiz, which is Fat Pickles Bro, has pitted. And the reason why he would be a lot closer now is obviously Deno has done some laps on the medium tyres, so he will be slower. So I think Deno is actually going to be in at the end of this lap onto his back onto some soft tyres. Stu Shelton decides to stay out. MVP Pants, West and KB are in. Frowny stays out, Stu Shelton stays out. These guys all heading onto their medium tyres. Deno in to the pits onto his soft tyres. Obviously Deno as well, he won season 1 of the BGWT, and we sort of had a bit of a season 0, and that was won by a driver by the name of Tall Stu, who is unfortunately not with us anymore in this championship, in MVP racing. But MVP Pants there in 5th, Sun Westland in 4th, and it seems to like these two have... Actually, hold on, how did West get by on MVP? Oh yeah, sorry. MVP Pants went wide through the S's. My bad. Right. I've got to say though, Fat Pickles Bro looks closer to these two. And the other thing you've got to point out, right, is if he's that close, Ellis Deno, who is now on the soft tyres, so he's going to be quicker than all of these guys here. As they continue to battle, This is looking very good for LS Deno here, because these guys have to pit. They're also on slower tyres, and the more these guys battle, the closer MVP Deno will be getting. Now, this is going to be interesting. Where does Stu Shelton come compared to these guys? Because ideally for Stu Shelton, he will come out in front of these two. But who knows, as Fat Picklesbro is getting very close to the back of MVP Pants. This is going to be interesting. Stu Shelton is now coming out the pits and will take third spot. But West is going around the outside. West has got also temperature in his tyres. Is he going to try and go around the outside? No, he doesn't. Doesn't go for it. But he wants to try and take advantage of the coldest tyres of Stu Shelton as soon as possible here as they go through the chicanes. But look, we've got Fat Picklesbro in the background there who's done an extra lap compared to everyone else on his medium tyres. He is licking his lips right now. So too is LS Deno, who has been out for a lap at least on his fresh soft tyres, who will be lapping quicker than the battling drivers as Pants has now got through on West as they've all been trying to challenge Stu Shelton, who has still not got to grips with these cold medium tyres. And this is all just playing into the hands of LS Deno. As we now look, KB is actually with a driver for the first time in ages on his medium tyres. Frowny, is he going to get a lap of leading? I'm sure he will do. He's on the soft tyres. KB on the mediums, on a fresh set of medium tyres. Does Frowny come into the pits? Yes, he does. KB has one more lap left on his medium tyres. Stu Shelton holding third spot, ahead of MVP Pants, ahead of West, ahead of ahead of Fat Picklesbro. Now, this is going to be interesting, right? Where does Fat Picklesbro come out in respects to MVP Deno or LS Deno? Because if he is quite far behind LS Deno has got net P2. Whereas LS Deno, there he is, and I think LS Deno will have second place. What a strategy masterclass. LS Deno boxing early to keep out of the melee, keep out of the battles which will slow you down, and now will have P2. I am sure of it when these guys come into the pits. Stu Shelton holding these guys as Frowny is now caught. Oh no, he's just come into the pits as Frowny. So he's not just far behind these guys as well. And it'll be interesting to see what it all fizzles out. We've got 5 minutes left to go in this race as I am starting more and more to start to lose my voice. So I certainly won't be able to do the round 5 yet. I'm going to have a bit of a recovery session. But Stu Shelton, MVP Pants, West. Now MVP Pants and West are both going to be in at the end of this lap. So too is obviously KB. Okay. So let's see where these guys come out in respect to MVP Deno. Into the pits they all come, and West is actually saving some fuel. Not that it helps him at all. If anything, it hinders him because he's got a slightly heavier car. Stu Shelton leads the way now, but has one more lap before he has to pit on to a fresh set of soft tyres. And a driver on fresh set of soft tyres is the driver currently in P2, but will take the lead momentarily, I am sure of it. But let's have a look. There's our net P2. Fat Picklesbro has actually taken a net P3 here, everybody. Fat Picklesbro is into 5th, which will then be net P3, but MVP Bounce has something to say about that as he comes down the inside here into the hairpin and will take that net P3 from him. On the brakes he goes, and he's through. Well. Okay, everyone. That is very interesting indeed. MVP Pants, these are is now in net P3. West is trying to challenge the triple right-hander, but round the outside is not the way to go here. And if Fat Pickles Bro keeps it nice and tight, and things very, very close between MVP Pants and Fat Pickles Bro. He wants this third place. A quick look at his mirrors there from Fat Pickles Bro to try and see if he's under pressure from MVP Pants. Stu Shelton is now coming out, is now in the pit, so let's see where he comes out in comparison to these battling for a net P3. He is now coming out the pits, and he has got a bit of a gap, but the thing is, these guys are battling hard here, as we got, is that 2 minutes to go? I think that's 2 minutes to go here. These guys are battling very, very hard here, so it's not going to be long if these guys keep battling like they are before Stu Shelton is back on these guys. MVP Pants holding the net P3 here, but for how much longer? Then comes Fat Pickles Bro. LS Deno is gone there in the net P2, and a masterclass of a strategy. West is now trying to challenge Fat Pickles Bro. Through the S's they go, side by side through the S's. Is he going to go around the outside? Yes, he will go around the outside. Will he get the inside line for the left-hander? Not quite. But West is now showing his nose and showing his aggression. But that, look, P3 is gone. As wide that was from Fat Pickles Bro, he's dropped net P4. That is P5 on the road, but it will be net P4 as soon as Family comes in. Stu Shelton is now with these guys as he's now looking to challenge as they come into the double left-hander. Is there going to be a challenge into this double left-hander, or are they going to keep it single file? Yes, they keep it single file for now. So Frowny is into the pits. MVP Pants is now in his P3. West is there P4. Fat Pickles Bro is in P5. Then comes Stu Shelton. There is Frowny coming out the pits now. We've got, this is going to be the last lap here, ladies and gentlemen, as Stu Shelton was trying to challenge Fat Pickles Bro. As they now come through the chicane. Look at the gap though. KB is coming through the hairpin already here. But Fat Pickles Bro is trying to challenge West, but they're not going to be close enough into the hairpin, I don't think, as we come towards the final lap here. Let's go on board here with MVP Pants looking back at West. Is there going to be a challenge into the hairpin? Oh, Stu Shelton looking towards the inside, can't get it done though. There is in the distance MVP Deno. We're looking back at this battle. Is there going to be any challenges at all from these guys? We've got MVKB who's coming towards the double left-hander. Now, is there going to be challenge into the triple right-hander? No, there is not. I'll have a look. Oh, Stu, that's not again. Fat Pickles Bro was wide once again through the triple right-hander, but we're going to go to the leader as MVKB comes to cross the line and take win number 2 for here. MVP Deno will come home in second, but let's look at this battle as MVP Pants is trying to defend round the outside. It's going to be a switch back here from West, but is he going to have the momentum? Is he going to have the speed? No, he is not, because MVP Pants will take second. Deno in second, sorry. MVP Pants in third. 4th is West. 5th is Wiz. Then comes Stu Shelton. Frowny comes in 7th. Pilo's already finished in 9th. A lap down, and Brian will come home in 8th spot. We're looking at Brian now, but what a finish, what a battle for 3rd spot. What a battle, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we like to see. Brian now coming home to finish in P8. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Have a good night, and hope I'll see you for round number 5 of the Civic Cup Championship. See you very soon. Bye bye.